Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Kate. Short video, I'm going to show you how to set up and use the Tormek WM200 angle setting jig. So it has two functions. One is to set the angle of your chisel on the grinding wheel, and the other with these graduations is to help you find the angle a chisel might already be ground at. Okay, so let's zoom in and I'll show you how that looks actually on the machine. So the Tormek I'm using for this is a Tormek T3. It's okay, so it's quite a small one. I've had it for well over 10 years now and it's still going strong. Okay, one thing I will mention, because you might not be able to see when I zoom in close, is the height of the bar when I'm adjusting is adjusted with these knobs here and the screw thread on this piece. Sometimes when you're doing it down you need to put a little bit of pressure just to get that bar to get dropped down, or that might just be mine because it's covered in dust, and then wind it back to raise it up and then lock it off with those two knobs. Okay, so there's the close-up of the angle master. So along the top here we have all these little indents which help you match the chisel or tool you might be grinding and find the angle of it, and there's some down here and here as well. And then we have the diameter. Okay, so this one is set to the diameter of your stone, 10 inches or below, and this is set to the angle that you might want your chisel to be ground at. If this chisel is sharpened at 25 degrees, that's what I normally do. So I'm going to find the 25 degree, okay, and just test that in there. So I got the flat on the flat portion and the angle coming up, and that fits pretty much perfectly in there. So I know at 25 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to keep with that angle. There's no point grinding it away for no reason. So the next thing I'm going to do is set the angle finder to 25 degrees and tighten that one back up. Okay, and this one, Tormek, the diameter compensator. Okay, so as you grind, your wheel is going to get a little bit smaller each time if it's a stone wheel, grinding wheel. So you need to measure that periodically just to make sure. So I've measured mine and the diameter is 190 millimeters. So that's the angle master set for what we want to do, 25 degree grind, and my wheel at 190 mil. Okay, so we've got this set up ready for use. So the next thing we need to do is insert our chisel into the straight edge jig. Okay, this is the Tormek SE76. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the chisel in over to the right hand side and tighten that up. So it doesn't matter how far you put this through the jig, because that's what the angle finder is going to do for us shortly. So you want to poke enough through that it's not going to be, this part isn't going to be rubbing on the stone or anything like that, and then tighten it up. Okay, so I'll just zoom you in so you can get a better view of that one. Okay, so that's in there nice and square. Okay, so the next thing is to load this onto the Tormek and then use the angle setting jig to get the bar the right height. The bar on with the vertical, the pegs vertically, okay, and the bar horizontally across here. So I'm going to slide this one on. Okay, so hopefully you can see that the front, the very tip of this chisel isn't quite touching the stone. So we need to adjust that to get the right angle. So I'm going to put the round of the jig on the round wheel and the flat part on the flat back of the chisel. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust that, the height of the bar, until the gap here disappears. Okay, right about there. So now there's no gap between this part of the jig and the flat of the chisel. The wheel compensator is shaped like a cam, so that adjusts for the size of the wheel, and the angle of this when it's flat on the back of your chisel, you know you're at 25 or whatever you might set it to degrees, and you're ready to start grinding.